Hello, team, and welcome to this page. This training is for all new traders, intermediate traders, and people who've traded a lot. This is a beginner strategy that can be very profitable for you if you learn this strategy. I am currently using this now to earn daily income from the market. I've tweaked it a little bit as I've gained a little bit more experience. But for a brand new person, I'm going to show you how if you follow this simple strategy where you can make money anytime you want to in the market when it presents itself. This is a great strategy to go along with anyone who is using the web analyzer, as the analyzer gives out potential signals, potential buys and sells. You can use this strategy to help you to identify whether or not it is a trade for you to take. So we're going to use a couple of moving averages, and we're going to use one indicator in the beginning. Now, as you start to get more experience about different indicators that you like that will help you get more confirmation, you can always add it. But this one indicator that we've been using for just simple entry points and getting your allotted pips has definitely been working very well. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we want to do, guys, is put in your what is called your moving 50. And simply as a moving average, you go to insert, indicators, moving average, and we're going to make this 50. Leave it at exponential, shift to 0, and apply to its close, and we're going to make it this aqua blue color right here. Go ahead and click this button here to give us a little thickness, and when you do that, it'll show up right there. Basically what this line is for is to help me to identify my trend. If the candles are above this blue line, I am in an uptrend. If it's below this blue line, I'm in a downtrend. And how do you identify a confirmed uptrend? When the candle is clearly above the blue line, not crossing through it. So these two candles would not determine if this is an up or a downtrend. Why? Because part of the candle was down and part of it is up. But this candle right here confirmed to me that I was in an uptrend. You can even say this candle right here kind of came down, broke back through, but it continued to go up. So currently, this is the market. This is live. So we are currently in an uptrend trading GBP, JPY. I'm in the higher time frame. I'm doing this on the 1 hour. What I found best for this particular strategy is in the 5-minute window. Any less than that, it gets a little crazy, but you could do the 5 or you can do the 15. I like the 5-minute window because it gives me a better entry points. So you can actually trade out of the 15, but take your entry point from the 5, whatever you feel like is you want to do. All right, the other thing you want to do is put in 2 more moving averages. So you go to insert, indicators, and we want to do, for this moving average, we want to go to custom, not just a regular moving average. We want to use a custom moving average, and you want to go and look for your moving average, which you will, if you can scroll down, probably you don't have as much stuff on there as I do. Just click on your moving average. It would actually pop up here. And these are simple moving averages. So we're going to make this first one your 21. We're going to put that as a 21. We're going to make the color red, and we're going to give it a little thickness. So we're going to put it on 2. Click OK. All right, and then we'll do that again. Insert, indicators, custom. Go over here to moving average. All right, we're going to make this color yellow, part of the TFU crossover. And we're going to, of course, give it number 2, thickness, input. We're going to make this 5. So your yellow line is 5 and your red line is 21. So it will look like this. So here's a real cool thing, guys. I did a training on the TFU crossover. If you just wanted to trade the crossover, you can make some money. Once your yellow line crosses your red line, If you were in an uptrend, you're looking for a buy, so you just take the buys. If you were in a downtrend, you'll take the sell. So when that crossed right there, you could have gotten this trade here, or jumped in right here, wrote it down. You could have caught pips there. So this is a simple strategy here. If you just wanted to trade the crossovers, guys, I'm actually going to give you a two for one strategy. If I didn't give you anything else, if you went down to, say, the 5-minute window and you wanted to trade, you identify your uptrend. We want to take all the trades, or because in the higher time frame, an hour window, it identified we are in an uptrend. So when you come down to the 5, you're basically looking for buys. So when the yellow crosses the red, you can enter it for a buy. So when this crossed, you could have got this candle right here. And if you just took this candle right here, that was a quick 8 pips. Now, when you're doing this type of trading, guys, you're not looking for 15 or 20, 25, 30, 40, 50 pips. You're looking for some quick 6, 8, 10, 16 is kind of my number. And you run and you look for another setup. If you're doing it in a lower time frame, you'll get to see a lot of this. So remember just to make sure you take all of the trades that are in the going with the trend. So that's one strategy. But the actual indicator I want to give you guys to make this really work is simple indicator. Go to insert indicators, and we're going to go to oscillators, and we're going to be looking for the relative strength index, RSI. Okay, and when you get here, when you go to this area here, you want to make sure you put your period as 5, apply to close. I leave it as blue, give it a little thickness, leave this, don't have to touch anything here. Come to levels, and here's what's important, because these levels are going to determine when you get in and out of your trade. Okay, so you want to make sure you have your 50, 55, 45, 80, and 20. Again, 50, 55, 45, 80, and 20. And to add these, you just click this add button, double click, and then you put the number in. I make it white because I'm using a black background. So when I put that in, it looks like this here, guys. Okay, so let me get rid of something here. I have something in here that I don't want. All right, guys, give me 1 second. I want to make sure I move something out the way. All right. Okay, so now we are good to go. So what we want to do here is, when you're into this trade, the strategy is pretty simple, guys. You're looking for your relative strength index line, this blue line. If you are in an uptrend and you're looking for buys, you wait for your line to come up and go through. I call this the no trade zone. So if your line is here and you say, hey, I don't know if I want to get in a buy or sell, never, 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 never trade in the no trade zone. So if the line is inside of this 50, 55, 45 area, you wait for it to come out, whether it's going up or down, before you place your trade. So let's say I wanted to get into the trade in this area here. I saw this candle here, so I'm gonna do my crosshair. I saw this going up, but I don't want to take this trade because I'm going into the no trade zone. Okay, so I don't want to trade here, so I won't take any of this candle here, though it's very tempting. I'm gonna pass it, because if I put my crosshair, look at here, guys, I'm in the no trade zone right here. I know some of you guys gonna get froggy and take it, but I'm gonna tell you what will happen. Sometimes it'll go up, stop in the no trade zone while you're in that trade for a buy, and then turn around and go back down. Okay, I've lost quite a bit of money trying to get in early, so I decided, because I'm not trying to get a lot of pips, let me wait for the best entry point. So if you just slide over a little bit, you'll see right here is when your blue line started to come out of the no trade zone. And look where it lines up at, right here on this actual candle right here. You jump in that trade here, and you basically can ride that bad baby all the way up until you hit your allotted pips. Remember, my top goal is 16 pips. I look to get about 6, 8, and I go ahead and set what is called a take profit. And if it continues to go up, I'll continue to eat and keep sliding my take profit up, and I'll show you guys how to do that. But guys, that's a good trade right there. It came from this 20 up into the no trade zone. I know you will want to get in this trade or try to get in this one, but you got in here, and then it went up and then came down. This is the no trade zone. You wait for it to come out of this area. Boom. Line it up. Look at there. A great 6 to 16 pip move right there. In 3 candles, that's 21 pips. Guys, and now, boom, you're in profit. Now, no, you want to always try to trade with the trend, okay? So this would be very tempting right here. So I wouldn't say not to do it, but I tell you when to do it. And that is, you wait for it to come out of, not go into the no trade zone, but come out of the no trade zone, which would be right about there. That would be your candle. And you would basically got in on this candle here, or I probably could have got in on this candle. It came down 4 pips, draw it back up, continue down, and if as long as you were in it, there's you a good 8, 9 pips. Guys, that's good. It's kind of like I'm a fisherman, so you know some people will love those big old show off fish, you know, but you can't really eat those fish. They don't taste that well. And a lot of times we try to get these big pip moves, but they don't happen often, and they are sometimes cause you to lose a lot of money chasing that big pip number. But if you start getting 6, 8, 10, 15 pips, and you can get that 5, 6, 7, 8 times a day, guys, you can make a lot of money with this simple strategy. So here's again, it's coming up, and I'm going to talk about this 20 and the 80 for a moment, okay? Here's something that you can do. Now, this is, I would say, it's not high probability like it would if you coming out of the no trade zone going into an area. Those are a lot more high probability profitable trades. But what I have noticed is when the RSI comes down to the 20 and especially drops below it, it typically makes an aggressive move up to go through this no trade zone. Okay, so right here would have been it can't, you finished out, and so all of a sudden you got this one long candle right here, guys. That was part of this coming out of this area here, pushing up. And again, this is also a part of this no trade zone, would have been also in this candle as well, and you just it continued to go up. So guys, this was a great move. This actually happened today. These are not, you know, wishful trades. These are trades that were taken today. The market is live as we were doing it. All right, so another trade that you guys can do is even on the downside. It comes down through it. Okay, I'm using the crosshair again. The temptation is to want to get in here. It is up at this 80 mark. It's not as high of a probability trade, profitable trade, as it is if you would have got in right here. Okay, see, I want y'all to see that with the crosshair. If I put it here, this could go down, stop, and then go straight back up. And then you catch this, and now you're stuck in a trade now waiting for that pullback to happen. I'm not saying that once it comes through this no trade zone, you automatically guarantee going to get these pips, but it is a much higher probability profitable trade to grab it right here as it pokes its head out of that no trade zone. Look where it lines up at, right on that candle here. If I go up, we enter the next candle. It does a small little pullback of 1.4 pips, and there you go. You ride that whole candle down. Guys, that's 8 pips right there. Remember, I told you 6 to 8 pips, 5 to 8 times a day will make you some really good money. If you can catch this move here where you can catch you 15, 20 some pips, hey, that is awesome. But man, I am all about catching those 6 to 8 pip often. So even if you got it right here, look at this. Even when it came out right here, it is lined up on this candle right here. This is happening even as we speak. So you could have got in this trade right here as it poked its head through there, rolled it up 6 pips, kind of did a little pullback, came down, continued up, stopped right there. There you go. 8.7 pips, guys. That is powerful, powerful stuff. So let me recap real quick because I didn't want this to be very long. This is 2 strategies that you can do, and you can combine these 2 strategies. The first strategy is simply you can trade your 5 and 21 cross. When the 5 cross the 21, is you can basically get into it as long as you're going with the trend, get into that trade. But when you combine that with the RSI, it actually makes your trade ability a lot higher. Remember, you never want to trade in the no trade zone. What did I say? Never trade in the no trade zone. So the first thing you want to do when you come to the market is this. You go to the higher time frame. This is what I do. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I do. I'll come to the market. I pick my pair. My pair is GJ. So you always hear me talking about GJ. I love trading GJ. So I'll go to the higher time frame, which is the H1 hour. I don't really do the 4-hour or the day. You can to get your overall, but the 1 hour helps me because I'm scalping out of the 5-minute. So I go and I look at where is my moving 50, this blue line. Okay, guys, where am I currently at in the market? Okay, this is an uptrend. So Stan, look to only take buys. Why? Because I'm in an uptrend. If you try to take trades against the trend, you will find yourself losing a lot more trades than you are winning because now you're fighting against the current. Go with the current, okay? So after I figure that out, I'll come back down to my lower time frame, which I like to trade in the 5-minute window. You can do it in the 15. I just choose to do it in the 5. I like to get more potential entries and exits with the 5 than I do with the 15, okay? So, because remember, if you're in a 15-minute window, each one of these candles takes 15 minutes to move, okay? If I'm in a 5-minute window, each one of these candles takes 5 minutes to move. Now, you daredevils, if you want to go ahead and try to utilize this strategy in the 1-minute window, knock yourself out. You're just going to have a lot of movement going on. It can get a little frustrating and get your heart racing, and you get a little anxiety there, and so you start making bad decisions. So I like to do the 5-minute. Okay, so if I wanted to just do the crossover, again, I can use this strategy and just say, okay, I'm gonna wait for this to cross. I'm going to be patient. I know these are going to be tempting trades to want to get in, but because I'm not 100% sure what they're going to do, I wait for this to cross. So if I just waited here, I could have gotten this trade right here as soon as it crossed, and I could have caught me a quick 6 pips right there. Okay, same thing when it crossed right here, I could hop in this trade right here, and it came down 5 pips, went back up. I only would have been down 2.7, but because it still never crossed, I can stay in this trade. Guys, came right back down. By the time I got out of the trade, boom, I am at 11. If I wanted to go from cross to cross, that was 4. But remember, we have this 6, 8, 10 pip number in our head. When we get 6, 8, 10 plus pips, we secure the bag and we take our trades and we keep on running. All right. So remember, with the RSI, you never want to trade in a no trade zone. If you're taking a buy, you wait for the blue line to cross and break through your 55 going up. And same thing if you were to sell, you wait for the blue line to break through your 45 going down. When that happens, you enter the trade, take your allotted pips, get in, get out, be gone. So I know you're thinking, oh, how do I take a trade and then do my take profit and then let the market continue to move? So I'm going to go ahead and get in this trade, guys. I'm not getting in following any rules. I'm going to just show you how to do that. You want to set up your one-click trading, and how you do that is you right-click, you hit one-click trade. That will pop that box up. It actually just made it disappear, so I'll go back, click it again, boom, one-click trade is there. I like this simply because I can I don't have to go to this here, pull this box down, then do all of that. I can just hit that one click and I'm in the trade. So I'm going to show you guys, this is my demo account, and let's go ahead and get into a trade so I can show you guys how to do a take profit or set it. All right, I'm gonna get into this for sale. All right, I'm into the trade. You're gonna see this green line, dotted line. That's where price is when I entered this market. Okay, let's say I wanted, in my head, I always be wanting to set my take profit right out the gate. And so I'll do this. You put your mouse over it and you see that word that says drag to modify. You hold your thumb down on your mouse and you slide up first if you're in a buy, because I now want to set my, or if you're in a sale, you go up, keep your finger down, you see the little orange dotted line, then you start sliding it down. And if you look to your left, you'll be able to see where these pips are changing. The last number say 60 pips, 603, or it's not 60 pips, then you got 63. That's your pips. And now how do you read pips, guys? If it's 2 digits, you put a decimal in the middle of the 2 numbers. If it's 3 digits, you put a decimal after the second number. That's how you can tell how many pips. So I want to get a total of 6.7 pips. So now my take profit is set. Now I'm waiting for price to come down and to hit that. Okay, we won't have time to do that because we're in a slow market. I'm actually recording this doing the Australian market, which is very slow market. So I'm not going to try to wait to see if this is going to hit take profit. So again, I would have waited for this to come through the 45. The blue line pokes out. I jump in for a sale. I make sure that I'm doing it with the trend. So if this was above, I wouldn't have been taking this with the trend. So I have my take profit set. So here's another thing that you can happen. So let's say this candle was coming down and you're like, oh man, I want to see if I can get some more pips. What you can do is put your finger on your take profit line and just press down on it again and slide it down. So as the candles are coming down, you can slide down with it, but you have to release it in order for it to slide down. Because if you just had it right there, if the candle would have came in, it would have took you out there, because that's the last time I remember where you were at. So this is how you do a quick take profit, guys. This has definitely kept me on the winning side. I tried to do it where I just had my finger on the trigger, but the market moves so crazy and fast. So it'll come down, give you your number of pips that you want, and then by the time you hit that button, it's already done drew back up about 5 pips. So now you only got 3 pips instead of 8 pips. So I take my profit, set my take profit. If I'm watching it, if the candles are moving pretty quick, I just put my mouse over the line, my take profit line, and just slide it down real quick. Give me a little bit more room. As you guys can see, look at that. Man, I didn't think it was going to work that well. It just broke through here. You guys can see my, that's coming through my 45, or it broke through for sale through my 45. It's pointing down. All right. And now, as you guys can see, this is coming down. I am, 1 pip in the rear. So it's going to let it run its course. Again, I won't have time because I don't want this video to be very long, but it will come down, probably touch my water, and get me real close to my take profit. You see this green box popping up. This is letting you know that because I set a take profit, I'm getting very close to that take profit. That's basically why that's lighting up. And if I had a stop loss, it would do the same thing. But because you're scalping, guys, I typically don't set a stop loss. I just kind of watch it and let it run its course. So, guys, that is how you can use this very simple, profitable strategy to make money in the market. I did not come up with this strategy. I got this from a 7-figure earner who said he makes a ton of money using this strategy. Because remember, guys, I don't want you guys to be 100% relying on our TFU signals, 100% relying on our trade to travel signals, or 100% relying on the copier. These are all great benefits, but you as an individual need to learn how to trade. And once you do that, no one can ever take this skill from you guys. I'm right at my 25-minute mark. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys. And I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure that this is even going to come down because I took this sale against the trend. Remember, we were in an uptrend, so this is kind of against it. So it may or may not hit it. So that's why I always tell you guys, take the trades with the trend. The trend is your friend. This is your boy, the Street Level Marketer, and I am out. You guys take care.